Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid. I am joined once again by Maryland.
Howdy, gamers.
And we have a few more turns here for you. We got 116. So, Maryland, what happened last episode?
Well, we kind of summed it up that it looked like Vanheim was preparing himself for some counterattacks, but he's got defensive things he's got to consider. Pelagia is kind of just sitting and I think suffering burnout. Pangaea clarified and he told us he spread his threats in many, many vectors so that everybody has to spread their defenses. And he can afford that with his gigantic economy. He doesn't want to have a big stock wipe. He doesn't want to overcommit to any one thing. And he doesn't need to because he's sitting on the edge of the thrones he needs to win. Ashdod is the one who's fighting the hardest, but it's mostly raid and counter raid. They're kind of staring at each other with a stare down with a couple of big armies, right beside each other, but neither's making the move. And then poor Ulm is dying. I hope that sums it up.
A pretty good summary, I think. So, yeah, let's go here with Pangaea. I've got a lot of background noise. Do you want to read this?
I will. Okay, Pangaea talking. I reset my turn hours before turn was due. I don't understand what he means.
I reset my turn hours before the turn was due.
Missing the comma. Thank you. Yes. But since I had all my scripts in a test game, it was just a tedious matter of copying things over for the major battles. Oh, I know what that's like. You accidentally. Well, I've had it most commonly because I've crashed before I hit end turn. The raids are probably completely garbage, alas, and that actually matters since I suspect that I won't win the game next turn. Here are my predictions. The coalition is punting 122 since it's further from everyone else and Ulm is ineffective. Instead, they're going to try to hold the other thrones and take two of mine off of me. The throne at Ashdod's border and the throne of death. Pelagia will defend 51 since he has the juice to do it and nothing else to do that isn't arcane travel. I believe that's the fort that was broken we looked at.
I think that's
51.
The one in the top left corner of the lake.
Right. The one on land. 53 is functionally the same theater as 51, so he might cede the fort. 124 is going to take them by surprise, but they'll mobilize a major magic phase defense there. Okay, we'll see that on the map. 250, do we even bother? 126, not really going for this throne, but I want to make it look believable so Ashdod doesn't focus me elsewhere. Oh, I think we saw that one, and we kind of said that was the stare down.
Yeah.
Poking 57. It's in range of 56.
My guess is 250 is that northern one of Ashdod's with the bajillion Sayir in it, right?
Right.
Yeah. This is the one south of that where there's just the token Pan army near there.
Yeah. Poking 57, it's in range of 56, so I have to keep him honest, and if he abandons it, I can move an army onto it instantly. Defending 257 with Dryad Hell and other tricks rather than a full-on fight. Well, there you go. Just make it so miserable you can't siege the thing.
Right.
Bulk raiding into Vanheim. Oh, so he's moving into Vanheim raids. Okay. Since he's the best player in terms of power and gems, so taking resources away from him is a bigger win. Poking 184. That's the minimum force that can take the province if he just gem baits. Okay.
All right. Sorry, swap 250 with and 126. Mix those province numbers up. Okay.
Okay, well.
Reason for not doing a mass ferry trot to 62 is that Ashdod, Arco, and Vanheim are all in range to defend it in the regular phase, and vampires would take too long to get there to reinforce. Okay.
Okay.
From Ashdod, you want to do this one again because I got background noise.
Sure. Dropping a couple flames from the sky on 248, which is where I got off 3 assassinations last round. Killed 2 preaching dryads. Kit is Edomite scouts with Blackheart, returning ring, arbalist, shroud, and quickness boots just to get there. 1 assassin remains and is going for round 2. I expect Pan will want to patrol, So I'm sending an air-empowered vamp to Wind of Death, whatever pops up. I like his cool design for an assassin. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's quite different. And I can see it because they're big enough in hit points. He's holding a return ring, too, to save his gear. Doing a few other light raids and positioning for some counter raids, but that's the main attraction. My Vengeful Water Dom showed a number of commanders moving into 248, including Pans, a Prophet Van Jarl with extra heroic hit points, etc. That really decided me on nuking it. It's one thing to preach, but to creep on the throne. I do expect him to starve on top of that misfortune throne. How appropriate. So when I fight on top, I'll have Blood Rain and Wailing Winds into his starvation. He'll probably grow in fury, but that has its own issues for mages. I've heard that Pan's Fiend stack went south to harass Van's throne, southwest of Van's cap. If statements from Pelagia a few turns ago are true, I think he's going to make a move to threaten Pan's Mount Chaining site. Would love to more easily permakill some vampires. My vision is pretty terrible because Ashdod scouting network, but the Diplo channels are active.
Okay, and then from Pelagia, they say super combatant is dead. Let's see if that's true. He has no idea if Pan will fight or faint on that. Oh boy, well that's exciting. I want to watch this Pelagia battle. If we've got some Pelagia super combatanting. Oh my god.
Oh my. Oh my. Terrascues.
Okay, so I think this is the fort that Pan was going to take from Pelagia. I don't think Pan is like riding out to save the Olmish throne. I think he's keeping Pangaea's stuff off of his. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the siege in 53.
Okay, so let's just take we've got a lot of wyverns, which are interesting because they have some magic attacks and a decent strength bite. A lot of Pearl Kings with Shambler skin on them. We've got some elemental royalty. Up here we've.
Can you get on that Terrascue? Oh, okay. It's Those are
very hard to kill. Sylphs, which are excellent distractions since they have ethereal and glamour and high defense.
Yeah. What's that blob? Those are those sacreds you were talking about in the middle?
Yeah, these are these sacreds.
Fanatic deep ones. What are they like? I'm not familiar with those.
Well, these are what you get if you do, I forget the astral spell. Imprint Souls, I think, is the one.
Oh, this is your Imprint Souls version.
Right.
Okay.
And it's interesting because it has a Bone Trident, which is a pretty high damage weapon. So
well, that's a heck of a lot better than the fish that the human ones have.
Right.
Wailing on guys with a cod.
I think the human ones are normally the flails, right?
That's true. They do have flails. It's the non-sacred ones that show up with a cod.
Right. Okay, so let's pause and take we've got Darkness put up. We've got... So Darkness is probably being cast by Pan.
Yeah, he's demon heavy.
Howl by a Worm Mage. Howl by Pan. So they both have Howl. Relief, I think that's also cast by Pelagia.
Yeah. Demonic
cleansing. Okay, I think what we're going to expect is what we've seen before, which is this demonic cleansing rigor mortis play.
Yeah, let's see if the rigor goes up.
I had a new one come up that's Light of the Northern Star, and there goes Wailing Winds.
Oh, Wailing Winds.
And there goes Grip of Winter. Grip of Winter is also probably going to be rather effective with the
demons, yeah.
Yeah. No rigor yet, though.
Unless the rigor caster got distracted or harassed.
It's a very slow spell. Acid Storm.
Acid Storm. Oh my.
Mists of Deception cast by the Queen. Now,
there's a lot of air elementals buzzing around there too.
Golem's already been killed.
Oh, and a Pan.
How did this Golem die? Oh,
Sylph
it got yeeted by Sylph.
By the Sylphs. Oh wow. Okay. Sylphs have Stormflying, don't they?
Yeah.
that Soulless was in rough shape.
Yeah, he's seen better days. Still no Rigor, but Acid Storm... The only thing I'm a little worried about with Acid Storm is... I think Pan is the one... I mean, not Pan. Pelagia is the one that cast it. But he's got more, like, chaffy units than Pangaea does. So
yeah. Big one is if they're armored. You know, it's really hard on armor.
That's true.
Okay, is that a cleansing water?
Yeah, I think that's cleansing water.
I can't really see anymore. The internet connection is fuzzing on me. I've got a basic idea what's happening. Oh, there were some meteors.
We've got a big cart here.
That meteor, I think a meteor hit him.
Oh, did it?
No, he should have. Well, it looked like one hit him. Did he just? No. That big tart just about ate it.
And, oh man, so Pelagia's got Weapons of Sharpness blanketed on a lot of his troops. He's got Will of Fates cast, mass regen. I mean, he came out swinging. This
Poison
is almost
resistance.
all the buffs in the game.
I'm surprised there's no foul vapors, but unless...
And okay, looking at his bless again, because I'd kind of forgotten what it was. But yeah, this is a pretty solid bless for these guys, because it basically turns them into a 27 damage. This guy.
Yeah.
Magic weapon, Weapons of Sharpness, 27 damage.
The darkness is hurting them. They're going to be hard pressed to hit anything.
Right, that's true.
But if they hit...
Yeah, but that's a scary dude.
And they're just chaff. But they're big... Oh, darkness went down.
Yeah, and these sylphs are still alive, and all the flying units are going to prevent anything from retreating here.
Wow, this is a pretty costly wipe for Pan. Yeah, that was pretty... Oh, did you see that one? There was a Pan there that changed color.
Oh, I didn't see that. We might see it here.
Yeah, we should... There it is.
Soulless?
Oh, Soulless was captured.
It's probably one of these guys turning... probably a Ducado.
Maybe.
So in the official version, he lost 69 troops, most of which were long and dispossessed spirits. So basically nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, for Pangaea, this is a loss Pangaea can afford, but this is probably around the order, like for gym income, of about a turn of gym. Like this is almost like a turn of losses. Like this is significant, but affordable.
I'm guessing 200 plus gems, depending on gear, because you got 30 for the Lich and 40 for the Golem. And
okay, I want to see if we have more super combatant action. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're gonna have I see a lot of fluffers over here.
That's what it looks like. Maybe Moss Body, definitely some Body Ethereal.
Stacking MR, so he's not gonna have to worry, hopefully, about Charm.
And I imagine Soul Vortex.
Got a Golem, most likely with a Ring of Returning.
No.
Oh, ooh.
The Dimensional Rod and the Rune Smasher.
Wait, I think he's going to lose this Golem. I can't see how this Golem can survive. He doesn't even have Gem. Oh, no, he's got Vortex.
Armor Virtue.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So he's just going to try some Soul Slays. Rigor's up. The Tart cast Rigor, I think.
No, this is the Vampire Lord.
Vampire Lord. Okay.
So, probably actually not going to be good for Pangaea since he's going to Rigor himself. And obviously this Tart is not going to care about that.
34
Plus
regen.
34. 20% regen. Only 22 protection, though.
Yeah, but it is ethereal.
It's ethereal. It's got a Fire Malice, and he's going to be surrounded by devils.
He's
been hit by Mute. Did he get Soul Vortex off?
No, but something hit him in the head, maybe. Took a head hit.
I think he needs Soul Vortex. He should pass out from fatigue with this Fatigue Malice.
He didn't get the Vortex off. I was sure he'd be casting Soul Vortex, but he didn't get it off. Yeah, you'll have to watch closely on that thing, see if it got hit early in the head.
Okay, so it didn't need gems. Honestly, this is like a weird corner case where it might be good to just give somebody an extra gem in case they get hit in the head and get muted.
Yeah. But you know, that getting hit in the head on a size 6 guy, that's pretty rare. Okay, Liquid Body.
And he's got liquid body and freaking regen, you know, to get an affliction.
But watch these ice devils. I bet you one of them hits him in the head here right away. Ooh, gifts from heaven. I missed those.
Lance charge.
That could have wiped it. Why did it not cast Vortex?
There
it's
it
mute
is.
Already.
He gets hit for...
Well, that was bad.
I mean, it is
luck.
ridiculous. He's hardly been hit at all. He gets hit for... And I don't know if this is the same RNG in the game. Gets hit by 2
Look at
points
that.
of damage.
2 points from an air elemental and he got mute.
God.
That happened to me. I had that happen. It's very frustrating when you get silly things like that.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, he was probably Berserk anyway, right? So he wasn't going to get Soul Vortex off.
No, he Berserked too quick.
This might also be a case where having that golem with the Staff of Storms would have made a big difference, because a lot of these things wouldn't have closed. I mean, I guess the Demon Knights might have gotten there.
Well, the air elementals would have.
It was the air but the devils would have, yeah.
But that's just RNG.
I don't know what you do here.
I don't know.
And I mean, he also could have gotten hit with life for life. Like getting a full script off with a Flesh Eater on a super high HP dude when you're anticipating life for life coming out is really hard. Yeah.
One thing I have done with the Soul Vortex kind of super combatant is surrounded with junk chaff, like just blood slaves. If you've got them, and then get Vortex up right away so it's regenerating everything off the bat.
All right, he's getting hit by something for like 40 something damage. It must be dust. It must be dust to dust or something. Let's see.
Go all the way down.
Vampire life for lives are coming.
Life for life.
These are off script now. These are off script life for lives for sure.
Yeah. But I wonder how many more, if he's got any more slaves. Looks like no more life for lives. Yeah,
I mean,
it's looking like it might tank it. There's no slaves left.
I think he might.
And I don't think you can... The soul slay chance is very, very low.
Yeah. But Pelagia's had some rough luck. I wouldn't be terribly surprised.
But you were right about it fatigued right out. Like, it's just sitting there. So it's just going to be a timeout. If it lives, it'll be timeout.
There's so 45. Much region. 34. With Temper Flesh and Body Ethereal, it's just...
It's just chip damage. What little gets through.
We have Drain Life coming in. That could maybe change something.
Maybe.
And there's a lot of charms getting spammed.
Yeah, maybe they'll charm it before.
37. Okay, that is high enough to
37.
Really endure.
Good grief.
37, you can start it
but some big hits there. There was a 24.
Yeah, but I've got it on really fast, and there's a lot of regen happening. Like, he's still
there
full
sure
HP.
Is. No, just can't reinvigorate.
Disintegrate, there's Control Undead. There's a lot of MR checks coming out.
Round 89.
37 is really high.
Yeah, we're going to see everybody run away pretty quick here, I think. That's my prediction. Run away!
Some of these guys are on fire. Oh, they're getting burned by... they
by
don't
the
have fire
devils.
resistance by the devils.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of false horrors.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of funny. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it lived.
I think it's going to die, actually, because it's...
Oh, yes, it did. Because it was the attacker.
That's not quite how that should work. Both sides should die if it times out. He wasn't mindless, and he was berserk.
Yeah, I don't know.
But why would he...
Got me there. In the end key.
Yeah, and slamming in over here. It's really, really strange. I don't know what happened. Is he flying?
No.
He's flying.
Oh. Oh.
So maybe he woke up and ran. Maybe I missed what happened.
I thought it died.
I think he woke up and ran. There's no way it could have died. I mean, like, it's what it looked like. That's what I thought too, but I just can't think of a way it actually could happen.
maybe it, you were moving so fast, maybe it flew up. That was right around 110.
Yeah.
I think.
As soon as we get to 100, I'll slow down. All right, 95. All right, 100, they should be running. Okay, Pelagia's routed.
Okay.
He's taking a few big hits. Okay, he's at 170.
So it's not hit points.
And they're still casting dust to dust, even though the armies of Pangaea have routed.
That's odd. Oh, okay. Okay, watch it close. So it's broken. No, it can't route. Yeah, it's fatigued out. Can't run away.
Wait, how is it? It's right at 102. It's about to wake up.
Oh, okay.
And retreated.
Okay, it's just the animation didn't look right.
Yeah. I think it was because I was going so fast. So, you know, a lot of stuff retreated, but Pelagia didn't actually lose a lot.
No, that Tartan's kind of ruined.
Yeah.
With the mute.
And Pan got crushed here. So Pelagia came out just guns ablazing this turn. Let's just look at this.
He did.
Oh, this was where the army went.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that throne is, I would say, adequately defended. And
so what happened?
So this is where the super combatant attack was. So I thought these were like reversed, but
yeah. And what happened on? Oh, okay.
Wait,
and then Pan.
Maybe this was this magic phase? How would that be? I guess it was. I guess he had people breaking siege at the same time he magic phased. Well, how would you magic phase? I don't even know.
No, they'd go inside.
Oh, this was the attack inside the fort. But because he had messed up all the formations.
So all that was left was just a token triple.
Yeah, this is the risky thing about storming a fort when you have potentially a big battle that's going to happen outside the fort. Is whatever pittance remains if you win the outside the fort battle will storm by itself.
Right.
Okay. So that's interesting. I mean, golf clap for Pelagia.
I see another something happened in the fort directly south of it, but that's probably just a scout.
Yeah, Pan taking this from Ulm. This was... he put this under siege. I mean, yeah, honestly, this throne...
Well,
I think Pelagia's got a decent shot at both defending this throne with this huge army he has and taking some of this coastal infrastructure from Pan.
Yeah, I was surprised at that. I wasn't expecting Pelagia to make such an effort. He made a real effort.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautifully scripted army.
Yeah, so he's holding off the win. There you go.
Okay. So, yeah. Didn't include the normal message about no effort into the turn, because certainly this battle took at least an hour to script. So
he put some time into this one. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what happened with Ulm. Just lose this guy here. Takes a fort here. This is a fort siege.
Yeah. Wasn't much in it.
Oh wait, this was. I'm sorry. This is outside the fort.
Yeah.
But now all the forts are locked down with actual sieging armies. Whether they're a big sieging army or not, who knows. But
and I see Vanheim is sieging an Ulm fort.
Yeah.
So blocking Pan there.
And this turn we also have the start of the Vanheim Pangaea War. So I guess that's what we'll cover now. Let's see. Okay, so the Inner Throne is popped though, and that's significant. I think this one they're going to give to him.
Is that the one they commented?
Yeah. So this one, he says the coalition is punting 122, which I think is what's happening. So that's this one.
Is that it?
Yeah. So this is going to put him at 7 thrones out of 8.
Right.
So far, Sai was right. Pelagia defended this one. They punted this one, or they seem to be.
Yep.
And now let's go and look at this war. Some
Wars.
light raiding.
Light raids. Light raids.
Oh, look at this. So this is horrors against Pangaea.
Mm-hmm. And Ghost Riders.
Those are some big flame eruptions. Well, you know what they say about fire magic sucking.
Well,
it doesn't always suck.
When you don't have resistance, no.
Yeah.
Another raid. That's quite a few raids. A lich. Yeah.
And this is what,
succeeded.
Sai said he was doing. He said he's going to lay into Vanheim because he's probably, if you're in position 1, it makes sense if you're going to fight everybody to try to hit position 2 the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this makes mobility a real challenge for Vanheim.
Yeah.
By taking interior provinces, it just makes it awkward to move around.
I mean, deep raiding here. Look at this. Got a...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'd been sneaking that guy in for a while. Yeah. He's quite well geared. Not crazy. Well, Ring of Regen.
Certainly got moving while the non-aggression pact was still intact.
Mm-hmm.
Which generally people don't consider a violation of it. But if you get caught, if you get patrolled out, it does make for a very awkward time.
And look at that. So that's pretty basic army.
Yeah, so this is the army that Pan put on top of this Vanheim throne.
Okay, so that's a fairly low commitment.
Yeah, but at the same time, to kill this, you're not going to be able to thug it easily with charm casters. You got a fire mage that's going to be nuking you with incinerate or whatever, and then a bunch of white centaurs.
Give it some gems or whatever. Because there might be a gem mule there. That was a pillar, I think. The pillars are missing. No, not all the pillars are missing.
Now, these white centaur are not blessed, I don't think. No.
No, they're not. Okay.
I lost one white centaur, but took out the PD. I mean, this is a pretty big territory gain for... I think his score graph went way up this turn. Without looking at the Ashdod. Oh, no, it's flat.
Oh, Ashdod. Yeah.
Wow.
But he took a lot from Van.
Yeah, okay, let's look at Vanheim's score graph here.
Yeah, he took a lot from Van.
Yeah, he took a lot from Van.
Yeah, 30% or so.
I guess this makes sense to attack this fort as Vanheim, but he's going to need it to raid. I guess maybe he was thinking that Pangaea would just kind of poke him and not really attack, but this is... Pangaea is rolling the Pangaea blanket over Vanheim right now. It's not a super heavy doom stack, but there's a large commitment of troops.
He might have thought that Pangaea would concentrate to take thrones, not spread all over.
Right.
He guessed wrong if that's the case.
Well, the other thing, too, is that Pangaea had a lot more army units. You remember there's that big army over here last turn.
Mm-hmm.
And they are gone, so they're most likely stealthed somewhere. So they will probably pop up and surprise somebody next turn.
That'll be exciting.
This throne's not looking like it's getting checked.
No.
This is the throne they're punting.
Yeah, they can't do anything about that now.
Oh my god.
But look at that one.
Wait, how did... What the fuck? Wait, how did this...
Stygian Pass?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a gate stone or whatever.
Gatestone?
No. Wait, how did this guy get here? Oh, he can Stygian Pass, maybe, but...
Stygian?
I mean... This was definitely magic phase movement.
It had to be Stygian. And it went where it was supposed to.
I lose so much of my garbage every time I do Stygian Paths. I don't...
Yeah, but I think demons are very, very resistant to it.
Okay. Maybe
I believe they are.
I haven't used it a ton, but the few times I have used it, maybe it was domes or something that messed me up. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't used it in ages.
Big freaking army, though. Holy shit.
There's something you don't see very often is Illers.
Yeah.
You don't see those very often.
Yeah, they're made by Father Illerth. I think that's the only way to get them, unless you're like... I think that's the only way to get them. And, like, as a standalone unit.
Yeah.
Unless you wish
I
for
can look that up. I can look that up while we're looking at this. I don't remember.
Yeah, they're universal battle summon, but they're really hard to get outside of combat. Alright, so this is a pretty crazy play.
No, there's the summon Iller spell.
But that's combat spell. Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It is.
Yeah.
No, you're right. So I guess he just has been having Father Iller sit there and summon them for many, many turns.
Well, this is spicy as hell.
Look at that. Holy crap. And now he can gateway in, no, teleport a whole bunch of reinforcement magi. Cloud Trees and anything else. Wow, that is deep penetration.
Well, this is also how you know you're in a high skills game. Is guess what this fort has on it? He's got Iron Walls just cast on a random fort in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Anticipating that, you know, Pangaea would do like a Stygian Path or whatever and move a bajillion units on top of it. Like,
or
this
an
fort
astral
should have been
travel or
popped.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow.
That is a Jedi play from Vanheim. Like, and just randomly Iron Walling this fort. Because that would be a good game
Holy
here,
cow.
I think. Like, if they're all positioned, because he's tried to pull units like away from the interior, right? Threatening all the thrones, doing a lot of posturing all around.
And then,
no one would expect this fort.
And then he lands on top of that one. Yeah. Holy cow.
What does he say about 124 here?
He didn't. Or did he? Oh, 124 is going to... But he's expecting a major magic phase defense there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing they can do.
Vanheim magic phasing will end up inside, which won't... So he needs an ally to help him out there.
Yeah, I don't think an ally is going to be able to magic phase much. I mean, there could maybe be some weird, super weird Jedi thing from Arco, like with Master and Slave, but I think the best thing is, like, Vanheim's got to prepare to gateway a defense inside.
Yeah, he does. Wow. But in the interim, Pangaea is going to put some golems in there, and
right.
He might put some air magi in there, and
I mean, he doesn't even have to. He could just move and, like, take this fort or do whatever he wants, and then start gatewaying into a lab here or something, you know?
Yeah, that's another option. Although it's slower than just sitting there and hoping you crack.
But this is a decisive move. Like, this could totally be game winning.
Sure does look like it. What about... Well, that looks like about all that... Oh, so we didn't even try there. That's just thralls.
Yeah. Kind of weak stack here takes this bit of PD.
Yeah, so he just left those other thrones we thought he would go for and moved away from them. Right.
Yeah, I mean, this one, we don't know where the... Weren't there a pile of Fiends of Darkness here?
There was a bunch of armies in that area, but maybe they gatewayed out.
They could also stealth. Fiends of Darkness have stealth, do they
That's
not?
right. That's right. The fiends do. There was a mix of a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But there were quite a few fiends there.
Pan's got this throne here. He's on this Ashdod throne as well.
And is that a stealth
pretty big
army?
commitment. He's got 10 Pans here.
So some of that stealthed, I think, but some of it did not. I have to go to the washroom. Keep going if you want, but I'll just take a moment.
Yeah, this is going to be really difficult to deal with. But and this isn't enough to like force Ashdod to respond because it's not a ton of siege power, but it's definitely chipping away at the wall. He's put an army on top of this throne. These Demon Knights are really good against fire elementals.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Demon Knight's really just not bothered by fire elemental spam.
No.
He loses 2 here. Takes out 2 Sages, a Bone Reader, and a Darkvine.
Yeah. Not a huge issue, but it's a threat.
Yeah, and he's, cleared the PD off, and he's got this throne under check now.
Boy, he's got a lot of thrones under siege. That's 5 he's got under siege?
Yeah, he's got a lot under siege. This is kind of interesting. These little vampire on vampire rating wars are interesting as to like who actually wins.
Seems usually whoever's got more.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 3 versus 2. Oh no. Did you see they flew to the back and just sniped him?
Oh, look at that.
Let's watch that again.
Did he give them gear?
We'll see when they land. They're about to land. So they all reinvigorated, and now they're about to jump.
They drop a couple hordes.
So yeah, they're at 0 fatigue, and they're just going to come back here with a life drain attack. And I'm guessing that these guys are fatigued out. Yeah, yep. Look at that.
Cool. So is Ashdod.
Yeah, that
well
was
done,
clean.
Ashdod.
That was a pretty cool little move.
Well done. Yeah, he waited 3, maybe 4 rounds.
Golem comes in trying to do some Soul Slay business. Doesn't seem to have worked.
Nope. Got whacked. And it's a lifelong protection golem.
Right.
Oh, and he did it again. He did the same thing. He sent it packing from home with the Vamp Lord whacking it.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Let's
actually see that it flew to the back. Yeah, the Vamp Lord flew to the back. He coming up here. There you go.
There he goes.
Look at that.
How about that?
Yeah, look at that. Fun one.
Cool little.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's kind of cool seeing the little, they're like evolving to each other, and the scripting's evolving a bit. It's kind of interesting, like because these little things make a big difference in which way the rating war goes.
It's one of the key natures of this game is that you can't use sort of set workflows or standardized build orders or stuff like that. It just doesn't work in this game.
Yeah.
Beyond a very early point,
you've got to be.
They're going to react to it. Yeah. And I think a lot of it has to do with the WeGo nature of the game, where you're always guessing. So it doesn't matter how, you don't have the advantage you do in, say, StarCraft or something like that, where if you're quicker than the other guy, you can respond quicker than he can counter.
Right.
That doesn't work here. You got all the time you need.
So I think with this, Ashdod has basically undisputed claim to almost all their lands back. Like, if we look at this, I think they're back up. Mm-hmm. They're actually above their pre-war start.
Ashdod has done very, very well. Just in summary, though, I think the problem for poor Ashdod is his allies were slow to act. I mean, they probably acted as quickly as they could, but by the time they're acting, the rest of the thing has fallen apart. And Ashdod could hold out and have a chance at a reasonable game. But it's too late for Ulm.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure it's not too late for Vanheim.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, certainly this isn't a great opening turn of war for Vanheim.
Well, that giant Stygian pass, that's threatening.
Yeah, that
That's
could
a
be
huge
just
threat.
game ending too. So
That could be.
you know, the other thing here too is that kind of what Sai was saying, like his advantage isn't doom stacking. Like, you know, Ashdod can put together probably a scarier doom stack than he can.
Yeah.
Ashdod is being, like, on one hand it makes sense, right? Because if we look back like 10 turns, like why is he being defensive in nature? Well, he's doing basically all the fighting against position 1, right? So you don't want to be like running out and like putting all the load on your shoulders when you're fighting position 1 alone.
Didn't he say that exactly to us, that he knew he had to be very conservative of his resources? He couldn't afford to have a wipe. He had to, play very careful, or he was going to be out.
And, like having these armies present, like the fact that he didn't get them killed, all these big scary doom stacks, means that, Pan can't ever doom stack into him, because he can always kind of win a doom stack fight. But what it also means is he's not really taking advantage of the fact that he does have an advantage of doom stacks. Like
he can't project, yeah.
If he took a doom stack and put it on, like with a lot of siege power, and put it on top of one of Pan's forts, then it's like, you have to react to this. Like, you have to fight the war on my terms now, at least in part, or you're going to lose this fort. And that would allow him to use his advantage, which is he has big doom stacks, right? But he's not able to do that right now because
no, just not getting enough support from his allies.
Right. But like sometimes I think I think some mistakes were made. Like he should not have let Pangaea take this.
No.
Far. Like if you've got a doom stack here and your advantage, your superpower is doom stacks, like you must hit his doom stack with yours. He
could have killed off Uruk or whoever. He could have killed them off 30 turns ago, because they were 40 turns ago.
Yeah, but I mean, more importantly, he could have killed the Pan army, because he gets a Pan army out of the region, and then he can like raid better, or maybe he can free up. Because like if you imagine it, like you need a couple armies standing around to guard important points. But if you could just have one extra army free to take Pangaean infrastructure, like one major doom stack to roll around and just say, fuck you, Pan, we're taking this.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
This is looking dire. Well, it's not for Sai. It's not like dire for Sai, but it looks very dire for all the rest of them.
Yeah.
And good job on them. They're fighting hard. They're doing their best.
Yeah, let's go through here and just check these battles, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we've seen all these. That. This is this big Pelagian fight, right?
Yeah, that was that one, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. There's still one lion left. Did you see that?
I saw that.
It
confused me. I was like, wait, is there a...
that's been 40 turns.
Somehow?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. There's one of those still around.
This one we didn't see. This looks kind of cool.
Yeah, that looks kind of interesting. So super thug, heavy thug, Adon. Oh wait, didn't we see this guy last turn?
Yeah, he's got hit by a life for life.
He's only got a very few slaves. Yeah, and then they killed the slaves.
Okay.
Cool.
Not enough life for life. I think this was which one? That was Ashdod and Pangaea, somewhere down here.
There.
That one. This one we saw. This was the super combatant.
Yeah, we saw this one. Yeah.
Half of these episodes we put up, one player or another will chime in and say, "Hey, you missed the really cool fight over here."
Yeah, well, but
there's a lot to
it's a lot to cover.
Yeah,
when it's this many fights, it's a lot to cover, and just which ones are cool is always okay. So we caught some unled sheds that Probably ran
so
away.
this would have been an assassination. This looks kind of interesting. In New Spring.
Oh yeah, he did say he was. He said there was dryads pouring out.
Oh, weird.
So
the armies of Ashdod
Oh!
routed, but these guys hit before that happened, and so he won.
Oh, that's weird. Isn't that weird? So the sheds actually.
But why would they have routed? Because there's a commander here. Oh, because these are demons.
They're demons, yeah.
And this guy doesn't have undead leadership. Okay. But they killed him before. They sent him home before. Well, how about that?
So that was interesting.
That was cool.
Yeah, Spectre, Spy. Yeah, some thralls. That one we saw. That was a cool one.
Yeah.
A Vanyar with some crossbows, yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything else.
I don't see anything else.
No,
This was a fort battle. This was not a fort battle. So I think there was only one fort battle this turn, unless this was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's only one fort storming. And that
It
failed.
looked like those guys were just moving.
Yeah. But it does look like Pan's switching his focus away from like taking Olmish infrastructure to like really going for thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just punch it, finish this game. Sounds good.
Speaking of which, I think we'll punt it and finish this episode.
Punt it. Okay, punt it. Yes.
So, yeah, we'll see you all next time. And thank you so much for joining me in Maryland.
You are most welcome. We're almost done. Almost done.
Almost done. See y'all next time.
Bye-bye, guys.